Ant Group just dropped an AI assistant called LingGuang and it hit 1 million downloads faster than ChatGPT. Let that sink in for a second. An app nobody in the West was talking about a week ago just outpaced the most hyped AI launch in history. And the craziest part is that Ant Group themselves were completely blindsided by this. They pushed the app out expecting a normal rollout and within days the traffic was so intense that one of their flagship features literally collapsed under the load. LingGuang reached 1 million downloads in just 4 days. By the following Monday it was sitting at over 2 million. On Apple's mainland China App Store it climbed to the #1 spot for free utility apps and landed 6th overall across every single category. People were downloading it constantly, testing every feature, pushing every limit. And the feature that got absolutely hammered was something called Flash Program. So here's where LingGuang starts to separate itself from everything else out there. The Flash Program tool lets you type a simple natural language prompt. Like build me a calorie tracker or create a kids activity generator, and within 30 seconds it builds a fully working interactive mini app right inside the conversation. Not a code snippet you have to deploy somewhere else. Not a template you have to customize. An actual functional program that runs immediately. And because millions of people were all trying this at the same time, the entire system buckled. Ant Group confirmed the Flash Builder went down for a short period because traffic was far beyond anything they had modeled. They got it back online quickly, but that moment made something crystal clear. This was not just another AI chatbot people were playing with for 5 minutes before forgetting about. What makes LingGuang genuinely different is how it approaches output. Most AI assistants give you text, maybe some code, maybe an image if you're using a multimodal model. LingGuang is built around what Ant Group calls code-driven outputs. So instead of paragraphs and static images, you get 3-dimensional models. You can rotate and explore. You get clean animations that explain complex ideas step by step. You get interactive maps and charts that respond to your input. You get audio clips and full mini programs depending on what you're asking for. One of the examples they keep demonstrating is explaining quantum entanglement. Normally you would get a wall of text or maybe a simple diagram. LingGuang breaks your question into modular tasks, processes them in parallel, and then generates a short animation that visually walks you through the concept. Ask about an economic principle and you get a dynamic visual explanation. Ask about travel planning and you get an interactive map showing routes and destinations you can actually interact with. It's a fundamentally different approach to how an AI delivers information. Then there's the AGI camera, which has everyone talking. This is basically a real-time scene understanding system built directly into the app. You open your camera, point it at anything, and LingGuang processes the visual input instantly while giving you explanations or insights on the fly. Point it at a cooking setup and it tells you what's happening and offers suggestions. Point it at a mechanical part and it analyzes the structure and explains how it works. Point it at a crowded street and it breaks down what it sees. Ant Group is positioning this as a step toward agentic behavior, where the system understands the visual world without you having to manually explain every detail. Under the hood, the architecture is doing exactly what the frontier models do. When you submit a query, LingGuang decomposes it into a modular task framework, processes each component in parallel, and then blends everything together into a structured response. The coding capability is native, which means it's not just generating text that looks like code. It's generating runnable programs that execute immediately inside the environment. That's why the Flash Program feature is so fast. There's no scaffolding or spinning up external interfaces. It just builds and runs. Ant Group's CTO put it pretty bluntly. He said the goal is to make AGI something everyone can use, not just engineers or experts. His exact phrasing was that LingGuang gives every user their own personal AI developer in their pocket. Someone who can code, create visuals, build programs, and simplify complex ideas instantly. And judging by the download numbers, that message is landing exactly how they intended. The global rollout also happened immediately. LingGuang is available on the Apple App Store worldwide, on major Android stores, and through the web. Ant Group made a deliberate choice not to keep this locked inside China. They wanted to be seen as a serious player in the emerging wave of multimodal agentic AI, and this didn't come out of nowhere either. Ant Group has been building toward this all year. They already launched an AI healthcare app called AGI that grabbed over 140 million users and connected to thousands of hospitals. They unveiled their R1 humanoid robot earlier this year aimed at competing with Tesla's Optimus. The Ling series of AI models has been scaling aggressively into trillion-parameter territory. LingGuang is their moment to step into the global conversation, and they had to move fast because the competition in China is fierce right now. Alibaba Cloud launched Qwen, ByteDance has Doubao, Tencent has Yuanbao. DeepSeek is doing its own agentic rollout. Everyone is racing to define what the next generation of AI assistants looks like, and LingGuang just established itself as a frontrunner by sheer momentum alone. What makes this moment so significant is that it proves the appetite for genuinely useful AI tools is massive. People don't just want chatbots they can have conversations with. They want systems that build things, create visuals, write working code, and deliver information in formats that actually make sense for how humans think. LingGuang is betting that the future of AI interaction is multimodal, visual, and executable, and 2 million downloads in less than a week suggests they might be right. The question now is whether this level of adoption can sustain and whether Western companies are paying attention. Because if an app can outpace ChatGPT's initial growth with almost no international marketing, that says something profound about where this industry is heading. The next wave of AI assistants won't just talk to you. They'll build for you, and LingGuang just showed the world exactly what that looks like. Keep your eyes on this one. The speed of everything happening in AI right now is genuinely unprecedented, and LingGuang just became one of the names you need to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.